Northern exposure was very interesting to me as I think back to my education, and frankly, we just had none growing up. It wasn't until I started doing university courses about Indigenous policing and Indigenous political structures in communities and the trauma that the Indigenous people were put through. I thought that this opportunity would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me to try to learn from what our actions in the past led to what the Indigenous people are today. Fort Albany is such a remote area with no cell phone service unless you are connected to Wi-Fi. So if I'm out on patrol, there's no calling anyone or anyone calling you. Everyone was very welcoming. We spent 3 days in a school. The kids loved to see us. My NAPS partner, we were each other's backup the entire time. And we just had so much in common. She was very welcoming. She was very open to talk about her experiences in policing. She speaks Cree. She is an Indigenous person. She was from Saskatchewan, so she had the contacts. She knew people there. She has a wealth of knowledge about the transitions that NAPS have made. They have so much community policing experience. I think we take a lot of things for granted here. There was only 2 stores and 2 places to get gas. The prices blew my mind. It was so outrageous. A big container of Pine Sol sells for $44 up there. So when we filled up the truck, half a tank, it was well over $200. There was only 4 officers in Albany the entire time I was there. If there is a major incident, somebody's barricaded in the house, they have information that there's a gun, they are literally on point until they can fly a team in to assist. And that is a huge challenge. They're very careful with the way they deal with calls, especially when they're alone. I feel like they do take the time to listen, to de-escalate. I did learn that listening and taking the time to deal with a situation is their best tool. We dealt with a woman very early, like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and she had just been released from the cells at 7 o'clock in the morning. So that was a huge eye-opener about the substance abuse issues that they do have in the community. The services just aren't there. It just seemed like a common thing there. Sadness was a common theme, and hopelessness. But on the positive sides, like, it's just such a different pace of life. Not everybody's in a rush. They take time for conversations, they take time to talk to people, and it was really great for just having time to relax. Even though we were working 11-hour shifts a day, there was still time to, all right. During our cultural training, we had a smudging in ceremony. We took part in a talking circle. We had 2 to 3 days of sharing and learning and listening to the deputy chief of the band. It can be very humbling, and people shared things that I was surprised about. Like, we learned a lot about the PEEL officers, the NAPS officer that was there. It's almost like a healing process. I absolutely would recommend that officers take part in this. It's so humbling. It was a good reminder to slow down and take the time to speak to people, to listen to people. It was just nothing I will ever experience again.